Hello, Mixed Nutcases and Dog Days of Podcasting listeners. That's what I meant to say. Sure. This is Nuke Chas, and
hi, I am the survivor known as Tech.
Tech is back on because, well, why don't you tell everyone why you're back on?
Well, if you've been listening to the Dog Days, you know that last Saturday I was involved in a pretty bad bike accident, and I slipped and fell on my road bike. My bicycle, and I got pretty banged up. And first thing I want to say before we move on is thank you very much for all of the warm wishes and the get wells and the commiserations that I got from everyone. It really means a lot. Yeah, that was really touching, and I want to let everybody know that I got the bike into the bike mechanic today. The damage is cosmetic. There was one small part on the bike that broke. We fixed that really easily and cheaply. And tonight we went out for our first bike ride.
Yeah,
post accident. So,
with a new helmet.
Yeah, with the new helmet. The old one's retired. It's now hanging up on the wall.
Yeah, Gary, wear your helmet.
Yeah, Gary, wear your helmet.
Yeah, and yes, the old helmet is hanging up. It is now strapped onto is that a sconce? I'm not quite sure. We've got this dragon head that sticks out of the wall, and now the dragon is wearing the crushed in bike helmet.
Yep. I was really nervous about going to the bike shop. I was really nervous about what they were going to say about the bike, or maybe they'd find hidden damage, or they'd...
Because this isn't just like a bike shop. This is the retailer that you bought a brand new... I think this is your first brand new road bike.
Yeah.
Because every other one we bought used.
Yep.
So brand new to the dealer road bike. And when you picked it up originally, they were trying to tell you, like, don't shift in, when you're hard on the pedals, and don't do this, and don't. You're like, I know how to ride a bike.
But you're supposed to baby these things,
yeah.
And you're supposed to take good care of them, and they're supposed to last you your lifetime. And these are very expensive, very nice road bikes. And mine is all scuffed and scratched, and I really thought they were going to give me the gears, or
make
all
fun
kinds
of you,
of
or
doom and gloom scenarios that I was going to find in my head about, I'm not even allowed to legally let it off the hoist now,
Yeah.
And none of that happens. And the older bike mechanic guy, he's about my age, but he looks at me and he's like,
yeah, that's old.
Yeah. He's about my age, and he says, dude, we've all fallen. And if you ride long enough, you fall and fall again. And I go, yeah, but you guys were giving each other the gears over a tiny little scratch on a bike before. He goes, yeah, so we'll give each other the gears, but we're supportive to the customers. I mean, he was... and the thing that's funny is that when I brought in my bike, as I was bringing it into the shop and I was super nervous, I ran into a guy on the sidewalk bringing in pieces of a bike. And we walked in together, and he goes to talk to the other attendant, and his front wheel is bent sideways into the shape of a banana.
Yeah.
And in very broken English, he was telling the guy, bike broken, bike not work, you fix on warranty, warranty fix bike. And we're like, okay, but you were in an accident. No, under warranty. It's like, okay. And then he went away to go look at something else, and the one guy behind the counter is like, there is no way he did that damage without hitting a car.
Yeah.
You do not banana
or getting hit by a car.
You do not banana a front wheel without a car being involved.
Right. Yeah. I've actually seen quite a few bananaed wheels due to car and bike issues.
So, got to tell you though, you got to get back up on that horse.
Yep.
And
or that bicycle.
Yep. And today we went for a bike ride, and tell you, a little nervous, a little nerve-wracking. Every little bump and squeak and rattle that I heard out of the bike, I'm like, oh God, my bike's falling apart. and I know it's not true. I just had it checked by a mechanic, so my bike is fine, but I'm still a little nervous.
When we started out, I've got this thing where my brake calipers at the front, they can sometimes get pushed into the rim, and it makes this noise, and you just gotta jiggle it and put it back where it belongs. And I heard that happening, and I was like, oh, I gotta stop. And Tech didn't know why I was stopping, and then he tried to stop real fast.
Well, it's you dead stopped, planted both feet on the ground, and started yelling. And I'm like, what's wrong? And you're like, stop! I'm like, okay. Fall over sideways.
I was saying I'm stopping because of my brake, but yeah. And so you got back up on that bike, had a little wobble, and then after that, no problems.
No,
just anxiety.
Yeah, there was a weird sensation though on because I went on an hour-long bike ride, and on the 30 minutes on the way out, it really felt like my seat was loose.
Oh yeah,
because as I was going along, I could feel the seat wandering left and right, and it was getting really bad. And it was wandering left and right. Okay, when I reach the end of the farm road, I'm going to stop. I'm going to take out my toolkit, and I'm going to tighten the seat.
Yeah.
Reach the end of the farm road, get off the saddle, grab it, and move it back and forth. It doesn't move. It's rock solid. I check all the adjustments. There's nothing loose. No, I was feeling the pads in my chamois shorts.
They were squishing?
They were squishing. So, I don't know. It's the first time...
you ever felt that?
Yep. But it really felt like my seat was loose. But no, the seat was fine. It was just me.
It was you.
Yep. And then, I came home. So had a great ride.
Yeah. I had a great ride. We went towards, closer to sunset so that the heat would be down. And that was great except for the bugs, which, it's not like they were biting. They just were going in your mouth, or my mouth at least.
Yeah. And no, you will not be riding your bike with a bug net over your head.
I don't know. I think it might work.
No, that is just a recipe for danger.
Well, what if I wait till we get our G sensors?
No, you are not riding with a bug net on your head. You will suck up the bugs, and it'll be free protein. But you got to like being able to bicycle fast enough that you're smooshing bugs.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, there was one day that a bee hit me. I thought it was going to knock me off the bike.
Wait till you hit a June bug.
It was a big old bumblebee. Those are bigger than June bugs.
Yeah, June bugs are harder because they're not foofy and they fly faster.
That's true. And I did smoosh a butterfly once. I felt so bad.
Yeah.
There was dust all over me.
Do you remember when we did that in the car?
Yeah.
We just had like a wing of a butterfly flapping out of the windshield wiper for a couple of 100 miles.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Flutterby.
but yeah, so you got back up on that horse. You did the ride.
And I feel okay, and I'm going to keep biking, and I'm going to keep going, and I'll relax over time, but it hurts.
Yeah.
I've got most of the road rash. There's no infection or signs of concussion or anything. I'm okay. The road rash is starting to heal, and the scabs.
We
are starting
did
to
go on the same route, by the way.
Yep.
And when Tex said, "Which way you want to go?" I was like, "Oh, just to the bridge and back." And he's like, "You want to do that route today?" I'm like, "Well, no time like the present." So as we were approaching the site, it was like, "Here it is."
See, I was going to take the wider, flatter road with no shoulders, but fine.
And then, the entire time, like, there's one part where there's little holes on, and I'm like, "Watch the hole, watch the pothole, watch the pothole."
Yeah.
And he's getting sick of me.
Yeah, it was beyond cute. It was
annoying.
It fell into annoying.
I wasn't doing it to be cute.
Yeah.
I was doing it because, now I get to have anxiety. Warranted anxiety.
Well, the only part that really still hurts and the only part that's still kind of gross is the bruise.
Oh, yeah. He's got a huge bruise. It's developed such an interesting bruise. You can see the seam of his bike shorts.
Yeah. And this didn't show up till today, so almost a week after the accident, now the bruise is starting to develop into places where you can see the seam of the bike shorts. Very interesting.
Yeah. All the colors of the rainbow are in that bruise.
But, I get flexibility back a little bit more every day. I still can't sleep on that side. It still hurts too much.
And bruises keep showing up.
Yeah. More bruises showing up every day, just as I heal.
So you went to the bike shop today.
Yep.
You dropped off the bike.
Yep.
And then you called me and you were like, "Hey, can you talk?" And I said, "Yeah." And then you told me that there is a bike I need to look up.
Yep, and you did, and you liked it, and I put a deposit on it, and it's your birthday present. So happy birthday to you.
So I will be, this is for Jay, I will be one of those annoying e-bike people. I am getting, what is it again? It's a Momentum.
It's I forget. Made by Giant. It's called a Momentum. It is not one of those ridiculous wannabe scooter things. This is a mountain. This is not a mountain bike. Sorry, this is a road bike with a 45-watt motor in it. So basically, what you're doing is you're biking along with a built-in tailwind.
It's a gravel bike. It's got a little bit of a boost. When I go up hills, it'll help me with the hills. And this way, you know, if you want to go for a longer ride, I can join you because I just don't bike as fast as Tech does. And this'll let me still pedal, still get the exercise in that I'm doing, but just let me keep up. And the big joke is I can now be his snack Sherpa if we go on longer rides.
Yay, snack Sherpa!
I can pack on my bike extra snacks, and if I need to scoot ahead, I can get ahead and set up the picnic.
Yes. I think this is an excellent use of the snack Sherpa.
We'll see how it goes. What I like about it is it doesn't look like I'll be sitting up. I'll still have that angled ride that you have from a road bike. My hands will still have those cool positions on the handlebars.
The drop bars. But because it's not a commuter bike. It is a full on road bike with an electric motor. It's not a commuter bike. It's not a little wannabe scooter or wannabe dirt bike. It is a full on road bike, but like I said, it gives you a built-in tailwind. So as you're pedaling, you just scoot along a little bit faster. Just a little bit. Just a little boost. And so... Not like that one lady we got past on her ridiculously oversized commuter bicycle. But there's a lot of people that got these like e-bike commuter bikes that are like, they say it's an e-bike, but then they fold the pedals in and they just use them as scooters.
Yeah. Or they just put their feet on the pedals.
Yeah, and not actually pedaling.
Yeah, not actually pedal.
Use it as
There's a bunch of people that have started doing that because like they got DWIs and they can't drive a car anymore. But a big reason a bunch of people use them is because you don't need insurance and you don't have to register it or get a license plate or anything like that.
Yeah, but there was that one lady who, while we were suffering on our way up a hill because you're still trying to figure out how to change gears, so you're in the wrong gear suffering up a hill, and this lady scoots past us at 30 kilometers an hour with her feet off the pedals, looking at us, giving us the smug face. Nah.
Yeah.
As she goes by going, look how much better I am on my e-bike. Nah, feet off the pedals. Nah.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I am not going to be the lady in the dress on the e-bike. That was the other one that we saw. That
you have to sit side saddle though.
Oh gosh.
Both feet on one pedal.
Can I get a banana seat too?
Yes. Get an extra big pedal for both feet.
I miss my banana seat. When Tech and I first started getting into biking...
we had banana seats. No, we didn't.
No, I'm going to diverge into this. I did get myself a cruiser to start because it had been so long since I had ridden a bike. And I got myself a cheap cruiser. And I got the biggest saddle I could find. It was a big quilted leather Schwinn saddle. And I asked Tech to put the saddle on for me. And I went off to work. And I came back... And he put on the saddle, and he had bought pink and sparkly streamers.
For your handlebars.
For the handlebars, and put them in there to make fun of me.
Yes.
And then I left them on.
Yep.
And he was so embarrassed.
And then you refused to listen to any advice on helmets. And it's like, you just need a helmet. No, I need a big helmet because it's safer. You had a helmet. You look like the Great Gazoo.
Oh, shush. I didn't want
this oversized helmet.
It was not crazy oversized. It was just, I actually was going for pretty cheap, and I wish I had a better helmet back then. But yeah.
I love that you cheaped on safety gear.
I know. It's so not me. But yeah. Helmets work.
Wear your helmet, guys.
Wear your helmets and make sure they're a good helmet. But yeah, I had those streamers on there until I finished using the bike. I wore the streamers on this big old bike race that I did. But then when I switched to my mom's Schwinn, which it was a legit road bike, the streamers did not come with.
And thank gosh for that.
It was embarrassing enough for him to be riding with me with those streamers. And yeah, that's what happens. You want to make fun of me? You want to make me feel silly? I'll lean right into it.
Yeah. Yeah, there you were on the charity ride with your handlebar streamers and your great Gazoo helmet.
Whatever. I did better than most of the people on that ride that were doing that distance.
See, I won.
You won that?
Yeah.
Is that because all the old people dropped out because it was raining?
I think so.
That charity ride, the most hardcore or the most experienced riders were all like over 70.
There's the 1 year. No, the year I won was the year that I took a wrong turn on the track because it wasn't properly marked, so I took like 5K off the route.
Oh well.
So, but no, that first year, the one in the rain with all the old people,
rain, yeah.
I came in third.
There you go.
And for most of the ride, I was biking with this woman in her 60s that had just come back home after biking across Canada with her family. That was like her retirement gift, is that they went biking across the country.
Nice.
And then there was one big hill where, she said she had to stop. She had to change her gloves or something. So
it was really wet.
Yeah, it was a bad ride.
It was so wet. So I did a shorter distance, and when I finished, the encaffeinated one was waiting for me to cheer me on, which was awesome because we lived in the same place at that time.
Thanks, NCAF.
Even more thanks, NCAF. I was absolutely drenched and soaked to the bone. So I started taking things off, and he started giving me his layers. So next thing you know, I'm wearing the encaffeinated one's hat, which is quite the signature hat, by the way. I had his flannel shirt on, a scarf on. It was very generous, most chivalrous thing ever. And then Tech came back, and we were able to go home and take a shower and get warmed up and have hot cocoa and come back and drink. Yay. But it was a good time. So yeah, so biking is going well. Tech is doing very well. Got back up on that saddle.
Yep, doing much better.
And
thanks for the support, guys. Really means a lot.
Yeah, we'll talk to you all another time. Bye.
Nutty Bites is produced by Nimlas Studios under a Creative Commons Attribution No Commercial Non-Derivatives 3.0 International License. That means you can't change it without my permission. You can share it and send it to your friends. Just link back to me, my site, and everything. We live at nimlas.org, which has links to everything social media, including facebook.com/group/nuttybites and patreon.com/nukejoss, or call 347-NUTTY42. Nutty Bites is produced by Nimlas Studios under a Creative Commons Attribution No Commercial Non-Derivatives 3.0 International License. That means you can't change it without my permission. You can share it and send it to your friends. Just link back to me, my site, and everything. We live at nimlas.org, which has links to everything social media, including facebook.com/group/nuttybites and patreon.com/nukejoss, or call 347-NUTTY42.